1,000-pound sisters, signs Amy is hiding sadness beneath the image of being happier than ever after extraordinary weight loss. 1,000-pound sisters star Amy Slatton has been laughing a lot lately. And while it's great to see her looking so happy, there are signs she's hiding her darker feelings from the world. Amy is a sweet woman from Kentucky who has been through a lot. She achieved her goals, from losing enough weight to qualify for weight loss surgery, to becoming a mother, to moving on through a very unfulfilling marriage. After crying her eyes out on screen last season, Amy may now feel she has to appear happy. Here's hoping she never stops talking about the more difficult moments in her life. Amy is adorable because she's real. She recently hinted that she's been simmering inside about her failed relationship with Kevin. Amy has been through a lot and is no stranger to depression, anxiety and trauma. She's blind. Amy has toxoplasmosis. Amy has had a lot of misfortune in her life. Has also been unlucky on the romantic front. She may one day lose all her eyesight. Her attempts to find a forever partner after her breakup with Michael Holterman ended in tears. She is also the primary caregiver for her two sons. Amy's life is not easy. They are wonderful and very active. Amy enjoys spending time with her sons, Gage and Glenn. But she doesn't have a father to live with and help her. Amy expresses her most genuine joy when she is with her sons. In this regard, she does not fake her joy in front of the camera. Sure, you could call her a single mother. Michael may see the kids, but they live with her, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Being a single parent can be very fulfilling. Although the downsides of raising children alone are often talked about, the bond between single mothers and their children can be very strong. This seems to be the case for Amy and her two sons, Glenn and Gage Holterman. She celebrated Glenn's second birthday upstairs. At the same time, it's all so hard. Every day, with barely any breaks, you have to earn money, complete tasks, and provide emotional support. It's exhausting, and Amy definitely feels the pressure because she has a disability. She's legally blind, isn't well off, and struggles to make a living. It's not being with the boys that's hard, even though they're always running around. People should treat Amy kindly whether she is happy or sad. It all relates to this situation. Amy Slatton still lives with mental illness. She is very strong and will always do the best for her children. Amy has bipolar disorder. She cannot see well. Acute anxiety and depression. She is not a Hollywood star with a fancy house and a Maserati. Amy is doing her best and doesn't need to feel like she has to be perfect. No one in her situation is going to be perfect. It's good that Amy speaks up about how she feels. She's a fiery Scorpio and she needs to express strong emotions, for better or worse. Fans want her to be happy, but they're also there for her when she's not. Amy is having fun with her friends, but finding true love is hard. Will she be able to find the right man? Amy was seen enjoying a tequila and Coke with her friend Arisha Davis. And the two of them liked the taste of the soda after she had a full-on drink. These down-to-earth moments in Kentucky seem comforting. Who hasn't enjoyed a drink or two? Amy seems really happy here, but the fact that she drinks every now and then could mean she's using alcohol to calm herself down. Again, it's hard to tell if this is harmless or not. If Amy is taking medication for mental health issues, alcohol may be against her doctor's orders. Amy's breakup with Kevin has led her to be very cryptic on TikTok, which may be a way for her to drown her sorrows. In one post, she wrote, "Life is already hard. That's understandable. You don't need to be around people who make it worse." This was the real Amy, the one who was grieving inside. The bubbly star of 1,000-Pound Sisters is also the real Amy at times. Her kind-hearted fans probably act as an emotional safety net when she reveals herself online. She is a sensitive woman who has yet to recover from everything she has been through. The haters probably hurt Amy deeply. We hope that her followers will be kind to her as she adjusts to life as a single mother. It's a beautiful journey, but not an easy one. Amy has a voracious appetite and is trying to get it under control. Your emotional eating is one example. She seems to be able to control this while still maintaining her weight, which is very impressive. Alcohol is a depressant. However, alcohol can make depression worse. Sure, it reduces inhibitions and makes it easier to relax, but it can also drag a person down and activate feelings of sadness just below the surface. He can really bring out those feelings. 1,000-Pound Sisters Amy Sladen gets beautiful ring for special occasion. 1,000-Pound Sisters star Amy Sladen hasn't had it easy lately. She recently debuted a new, special ring for an even more special occasion. What's new from Amy, and what did she have to say? 1,000-Pound Sisters, Amy Sladen struggles after split with Michael Holterman. 1,000-Pound Sisters star Amy Sladen has been through a lot. As viewers saw, she broke up with Michael Holterman. She became a single mother to 2 young boys, a daunting task and sad reality for anyone. Especially if you imagine your life partner to help you with everything. Luckily, Amy Sladen has a large family and people around her who help her bear the burden. 1,000-Pound Sisters fans have seen things escalate physically. But even that can boil over quickly. Amy Sladen rocks a red coat and shows off her weight loss in a stylish new outfit earlier this week. The veteran star of 1,000-Pound Sisters posted several photos to Instagram featuring Sladen in a striking red coat. She didn't add a caption to the montage of snaps, but check them out below. You can see how proud Amy is of her slimmer new figure. It's amazing, isn't it? Of course, Amy had gastric bypass surgery years ago, which helped her lose hundreds of pounds. Enough to safely deliver 2 sons named Glenn and Gage. Unfortunately, the birth of these children caused tension in Amy's marriage in real time. Sladen and her husband Michael Holterman agreed to divorce terms last fall. I'm going to take care of my 2 boys, take care of the house, take care of my mother. It's just too much. Amy said tearfully as she prepared to hire a nanny in a recent episode of the show after her husband didn't help her at all. Sladen added on the show about her youngest child, before Glenn was born, he was fine. He was under control. In a February episode of the same series, Amy's sister Amanda reminded her that she was married and that Michael should actually share parenting duties. He should be a father, too, Amanda said at the time. She reiterated this point on the December 18 episode of 1,000-Pound Sisters. Before the 2 called Michael into her room. He told Amy, I can take care of the kids perfectly well, so spend some time with them. You need to do something, you need help, Amy told her husband. You can't keep going like this. A few weeks later, in January, an episode aired in which Tammy dragged her sister Amy into a room where she was raging. In this unique room, Amy was seen throwing glasses on the floor, smashing glass frames with a baseball bat, and breaking windows with a crowbar. About a year ago, Amy and Michael had an argument that got so heated that the police were called to the scene. A few weeks later, Holterman filed for divorce. The show's January 2024 episode was presumably filmed around that time. For a long time, I thought nothing was possible, Amy said tearfully in her confessional. I never thought I'd have kids. I never thought I'd get married. But this is something I wanted. I had weight loss surgery so I could have kids. Amy Slatton has a boyfriend. But don't tell your kids yet, once again. Earlier this week, the £1,000 Sisters star made her relationship social media official with a man named Kevin, revealing that he's her new boyfriend. You're counting, it's only been a few months since she opened up about the sparks that flew between her and another ex-lover. Times, they're a-changin'. Amy Slatton's new boyfriend, meet Kevin. With followers finding out that Slatton has a new boyfriend. Many are wondering when or if Amy will introduce Kevin to her young sons, Gage and Glenn. He and I have talked about it, Amy answered the question on February 25, adding about her boyfriend, he has 3 kids. We've talked about it, but first, he's going to meet Michael. I have to meet the father of my children first and build a bond, but then maybe a year from now. Slatton seems to have thought about it a lot. Which of course he really should. Amy's messy divorce. Amy and Michael Holterman were high school sweethearts and were married for about 4 years before separating in 2023. I signed the final papers. The divorce was made official in September. This is the end of an era, Amy previously told her YouTube followers as she made her breakup official and legal. I'm ready for it to end. Based on what viewers saw in seasons 4 and 5 of £1,000 Sisters. What Slatton said, Michael was simply a work-hating dad who didn't care about the former couple's kids at all. During a confessional prayer on a recent episode of the series, the 36-year-old admitted, although Vols had not yet fully arrived. She looked forward to being the best mom she could be to Gage and Glenn. The divorce was shorter than expected, less than 6 months, but it has taken a toll on me mentally and physically. Michael and I have shared custody. So I am seeking help, Amy continued. I am with the boys 70% of the time and with Michael 30% of the time. Amy's future remains unclear looking forward. And wants to learn from both her failed marriage and the failure of her first relationship after marriage. I know this is stupid, but Tony reacted quickly, she said via TikTok this week. I can't see his kids and he can't see my kids for almost a year. But with Kevin, we're doing it right. But first of all, Michael has a better trust relationship, because at the end of the day, it's his kids too. We don't know much about this Kevin. But he shared a series of photos with Amy on February 8 with Kane Brown and Caitlin Brown's song Thank God playing in the background. To which Amy commented, Amy Slatton finalizes divorce and speaks about emotional pain and custody of young children, and the same is true for the marriage of Amy Slatton and Michael Holterman. As previously reported, Slatton and Holterman finalized their divorce last September. But the final episode of this reality show was filmed many months ago. Viewers could therefore witness the consequences of this legal separation in the latest episode of £1,000 Sisters. I've signed the final papers. This is the end of an era, Amy told her YouTube followers on Tuesday night, showing off a copy of the divorce papers, adding simply that I'm ready for this to end.